Life is tough. It's going to knock you down, challenge your beliefs, and hit you in ways you never expected. It's easy to get comfortable in that place of defeat, to feel like the world's too heavy on your shoulders. But I'm here to tell you, it ain't over. You got to reset. You have to recognize that the struggles you're facing aren't permanent. They're a lesson, not a sentence. Every time you fall, you've got to dig deep. Find something inside of you that refuses to stay down. You're not defined by the setback. You're defined by the comeback. Don't let your failures be your story. Let them be the lesson that propels you forward. There's no magic pill, no easy road to success, but there is strength in your perseverance. When you decide to get back up, you show the world that you are tougher than your circumstances. You may not see it now, but those hard times, they're building you. They're shaping you into the person you were always meant to be. Your success is not determined by how many times you've fallen, but by how many times you've stood back up. The difference between the person who succeeds and the person who doesn't is the person who keeps going when they want to quit. When you decide that you're not done, that you're coming back and you're coming back stronger, that's when the magic happens. You have within you everything you need to rise again. Trust in yourself. The pain you're feeling now will be the fuel for your fire tomorrow. Keep pushing, keep grinding. And when you come out on the other side, you'll see just how powerful you really are. Remember, the world may throw everything it can at you, but it can never take away your choice to get back up. The power to reset, to start fresh, is always within you. Embrace setbacks as lessons. Understand that struggles and failures are not permanent. They are valuable lessons that can propel you forward. Your comeback defines you. It's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you rise. The strength to get back up is what shapes your success. Perseverance overcomes adversity. The road to success isn't easy, but your persistence in the face of adversity will determine your growth and future achievements. Failure is part of the journey. Let your failures be a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. They are part of what builds the strength to succeed. The power of self-belief, trust in your own ability to rise again. Even in the toughest times, you have everything you need within you to overcome. Your decision to keep going is key. Success is determined by your decision to keep going, even when you want to quit. The choice to reset and come back stronger is always in your hands. Setbacks are an inevitable part of life. No one is immune to them. Whether it's a failed business venture, a personal loss, a missed opportunity, or a difficult relationship, we all face moments when things don't go as planned. In those moments, it's easy to fall into despair and let frustration take control. But it's crucial to understand that setbacks aren't punishments or signs of failure. Instead, they are opportunities in disguise. They are moments where life teaches us, molds us, and gives us the chance to grow. Think about it. Every time you've faced difficulty, you've learned something valuable. Sometimes those lessons are small, subtle, and take time to realize. Other times they hit you like a ton of bricks, forcing you to confront parts of yourself you never knew existed. Setbacks challenge your perspective, and if you're willing to listen, they can guide you toward greater clarity. When something goes wrong, it's often easy to focus solely on the negative side, the loss, the pain, the disappointment. But if you only see the downside of the situation, you miss the opportunity to understand what's going on beneath the surface. Each setback presents a chance to reflect. It's an invitation to look deeper into what's working and what's not. Perhaps it's a relationship that needs healing, a habit that needs breaking, or a mindset that's been holding you back. You won't always know the answers right away, but in those quiet moments of reflection, the answers will begin to surface. Take a moment and look at your past. Think about the times you've struggled, fallen short, or faced significant challenges. Now look at how you've grown as a result. Even though it might have felt like the end of the world, RLD, in those moments, those very experiences shaped who you are today. Without the tough times, you wouldn't have developed the resilience you now carry with you. Without those challenges, you wouldn't have built the strength to endure when things get hard again. The setbacks didn't break you, they broke open new potential within you. The key is to not let the frustration of setbacks blind you to the lessons they bring. Instead of viewing them as something to be avoided or feared, see them as the catalyst for personal development. Growth doesn't happen when things are easy. It happens when you face adversity head on and learn to navigate through it. Each setback is a teacher. It pushes you to confront areas in your life where you need to improve. It demands that you stretch your limits, be resourceful, and get creative in finding solutions. It encourages you to think outside the box, test new methods, and refine your strategies. The setbacks you face today are providing you with the wisdom you'll need to succeed in the future. So don't be afraid to fail. Don't shy away from the hard times. Embrace them, because they are the most powerful tool you have for growth. Remember that no one who has ever achieved greatness has done so without first facing setbacks. All the famous figures who struggled before they became who we know them as today, authors who were rejected by publishers, athletes who were cut from teams, entrepreneurs who faced bankruptcy, the only difference between them and those who never succeeded is that they saw setbacks as opportunities to learn and improve. They didn't let the moment of defeat define their journey. They let it shape them, prepare them for the next phase of their success. It's also important to remember that you don't have to navigate setbacks alone. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who remind you of your strength when you forget it. It's okay to lean on others for support when things get tough. The journey toward growth doesn't have to be solitary, and when you help others through their struggles, you'll also learn and grow alongside them. Life's challenges, while deeply personal, are shared experiences. Ultimately, setbacks don't define you unless you let them. They are simply part of the journey. When you look at setbacks not as obstacles, but as chances for growth, you unlock a deeper sense of purpose and resilience within yourself. The more you embrace setbacks as opportunities to reset, the more you'll come to understand that they are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. Your comeback defines you in ways that surpass any temporary setback or failure you might experience. It's easy to get caught up in the pain and frustration when life knocks you down, but the true measure of your strength lies not in how you fall, but in how you rise. Falling doesn't make you a failure. Staying down does. The true challenge is in your ability to bounce back, to stand tall once again, and to push forward, even when everything inside you tells you to quit. Your comeback isn't just a reflection of your ability to recover, it's a testament to your strength, resilience, and belief in yourself. When you fall, whether physically or emotionally, there's a moment of vulnerability that you must face. It's that moment when everything feels overwhelming and it feels as though the weight of the world is too much to carry. That moment of vulnerability, however, is not weakness. It is a crucial part of your growth. It's the moment when you find out what you're really made of. space where you discover what you need to change, adapt, and strengthen within yourself. So embrace it. Don't hide from it, because the moment you choose to face it, you begin the journey of the comeback. A comeback isn't about erasing the past, it's about transforming it into the fuel you need to power yourself forward. You can't change what's already happened, but you can control how you respond to it. It's not about pretending that the challenges didn't exist or that the hurt wasn't real. It's about taking what you've experienced and using it as a foundation for something greater. The comeback is about shifting your mindset from victimhood to empowerment, from limitation to possibility. It's about taking all the lessons you've learned from the fall and using them to climb higher, to go further, and to become better than you were before. The beauty of a comeback is that it's never about perfection. It's not about being flawless or without fault. In fact, it's the imperfections that make the comeback meaningful. Your flaws, your mistakes, and your struggles are the things that give you depth and character. They make your comeback unique and powerful. When you rise from a setback, you do so as a stronger, wiser, more grounded individual, and that strength comes from embracing the imperfection of the journey. You don't have to have it all together, but you do have to have the courage to keep going despite not having it all figured out. Your comeback requires persistence and commitment. It demands that you stay the course even when the road ahead seems daunting. Every time you get knocked down, there's a decision you have to make. Do you stay down, or do you get back up? The decision to rise is the one that determines your future. The comeback is about showing up for yourself when everything around you is telling you to give up. It's about putting in the work, even when it feels like nothing is changing. Because the truth is, the effort you put in during those tough times is what builds the foundation for your future success. Along the way, you'll encounter doubts and moments of insecurity. But remember, the comeback isn't about erasing those doubts. It's about choosing to move forward with them anyway. It's about finding the courage to push through the fear, the uncertainty, and the discomfort. The doubts you feel don't diminish your potential. They highlight the fact that you're challenging yourself, that you're on the verge of growth. Don't let fear of failure stop you from making your comeback. Fear is a natural part of the process, but it doesn't have to dictate your actions. Every successful person you admire has faced their own fears and doubts. They didn't let those fears prevent them from moving forward. They faced them head on, learned from them, and kept pushing toward their goals. When you face your fears and choose to rise anyway, you unlock a deeper level of confidence and self-belief. The comeback doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and consistent effort. It's about making small, steady steps toward your goal, even when the progress feels slow. Every step forward counts. Every time you rise and push through, you're creating momentum that will carry you towards something greater than you could have imagined. The journey of the comeback may not be easy, but it will be worth it. The strength you gain from it will stay with you for the rest of your life, empowering you to face future challenges with confidence and grace. Is one of the most powerful qualities you can possess, especially when facing adversity. Life is never a smooth, uninterrupted ride. There will be. The key to overcoming these challenges lies in your ability to persevere, to keep going when things get tough. The moment you choose to give up is the moment you stop growing. But when you choose to push through, even when the going gets rough, you tap into a deep well of strength and potential that you may not even know you have. Perseverance is not just about keeping your head down and grinding away blindly. It's about continuing to move forward with purpose even when the destination seems distant or the path unclear. It's the determination to stay the course even when every part of you is telling you to quit. Those who succeed from those who give up is the decision to keep moving, even in the face of difficulty. Life will test your resolve, and it will do so in many ways. You might face criticism, failure, or even the voices of doubt from those around you. But perseverance is about tuning out the noise and staying focused on your goal. It's about trusting that if you keep working, keep pushing forward, eventually the breakthrough will come. The road of perseverance isn't always glamorous or filled with instant rewards. In fact, most of the time, you'll find that the journey is long, hard, and filled with moments where you question if it's all worth it. But that's exactly why perseverance is so important. It's the fuel that keeps you going when the motivation fades. It's easy to stay motivated when everything is going well, when progress seems steady and the world is cheering you on. But true perseverance is tested during the tough times. It's in those dark moments when success seems distant that perseverance becomes your best ally. It's the quiet, persistent effort that slowly moves you forward, even when it feels like you're not making progress. A common misconception about perseverance is that it means doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. But true perseverance requires flexibility and adaptability. It's not about stubbornly holding on to an approach that isn't working. It's about adjusting your strategy, learning from your mistakes, and finding new ways to move forward. If the path you're on isn't yielding the results you want, don't be afraid to reassess, adjust, and try again. Perseverance isn't blind persistence. It's intelligent persistence. It's about maintaining focus on the goal, but also being willing to learn and grow along the way. What separates those who persist from those who give up is the understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of it. Perseverance means that you are willing to fail and fail again, because each failure brings you one step closer to your goal. It's about seeing failure as a learning experience and a reflection of your abilities. Each time you try and don't succeed, you gain valuable information about what works and what doesn't. Over time, this knowledge adds up, helping you refine your approach, build resilience, and grow stronger. Failure, in fact, is often the best teacher you can have. It teaches you what not to do, what areas need improvement, and how to develop the mental toughness to keep going. There will always be moments when doubt creeps in, when you wonder if the effort is worth it or if the sacrifices are too great. But in those moments, perseverance is what keeps you grounded. It's the ability to dig deep and remind yourself of your purpose, your vision, and why you started in the first place. The belief that you are capable of more, that your goals are attainable, and that the hard work you put in today will pay off tomorrow is what keeps you moving forward. It's the unwavering commitment to your journey that helps you overcome obstacles, face the unknown, and break through barriers. The rewards of perseverance may not always be immediate, but they are worth the wait. It's through perseverance that you build the character, wisdom, and strength needed to handle whatever life throws your way. The more you practice perseverance, the more natural it becomes. You begin to see challenges not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to test your resolve and refine your skills. And with each challenge you overcome, you gain more confidence in your ability to persevere, not just in this moment, but in any moment that comes your way in the future. Perseverance builds a foundation for long-term success. Success that is not based on luck, but on your willingness to keep going when others may have given up. Failure is often perceived as the end of the road, the point where all efforts are considered futile, but in reality, it's an essential part of the journey toward success. In fact, failure is one of the most powerful tools you can have if you choose to use it properly. Too often, people avoid failure at all costs, afraid that it will tarnish their reputation or prove they are not good enough. But it's precisely through failure that we learn, grow, and ultimately discover our greatest strengths. The key to success lies not in avoiding failure, but in learning how to embrace it, understand it, and use it as a stepping stone to something greater. When you fail, you are presented with a unique opportunity, an opportunity to evaluate your approach, your mindset, and your strategy. Failure forces you to reflect, to step back, and to ask yourself the hard questions. What went wrong? What could I have done differently? What lessons can I take from this experience? The answers to these questions often lead to breakthroughs in understanding, allowing you to refine your approach and move forward with newfound wisdom. Without failure, there would be no room for improvement. You'd never know what works and what doesn't, what drives success and what leads to setbacks. What most people don't realize is that every failure brings with it valuable information. It provides you with insight into your weaknesses, areas where you need to grow, and habits or patterns that might be holding you back. But it's not just about identifying problems. Failure also shows you what doesn't work with it. In turn, narrows your focus to what does. It helps you eliminate distractions, unnecessary actions, and ineffective strategies. This filtering process is essential for refining your craft, honing your skills, and becoming more focused in your efforts. Every failure becomes a lesson in progress. The key to learning from failure is to avoid allowing it to define you. Many people allow a single failure or even a series of failures to become their identity. They begin to believe that because they failed, they are failures. But that is the most damaging mindset you can adopt. Failing at something doesn't mean you're a failure. It means you've tried something. And that's far more important than never trying at all. Failure is simply an event, not a reflection of who you are as a person. It's essential to separate your sense of self-worth from your results. Your ability to persist and move forward after failure is what will ultimately define you, not the failures themselves. It's also important to understand that failure is rarely a final destination. It's part of the journey. Every successful person you admire has faced failure, sometimes more than once, and sometimes in the most devastating forms. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they respond to failure. Successful people don't let failure stop them. They use it to fuel their next attempt, to adjust their strategy, and to push forward with even greater determination. They understand that failure is simply a temporary setback, a minor detour on the path to success. They don't see failure as something to fear, but as an integral part of the process. Failure also teaches resilience. When you experience a setback, it can be painful, but it's through this pain that you build strength. Each time you get back up after falling, you strengthen your ability to handle the next challenge. Resilience is built through adversity, and it's developed by continuing to show up even when things don't go according to plan. It's the willingness to keep moving forward, to keep trying even when the results aren't what you expected. Resilience is what allows you to stay grounded, focused, and motivated no matter how many times you stumble. What's more, failure builds character. It humbles you, teaches you patience, and reminds you that success doesn't come easily. It forces you to confront your ego, to let go of pride, and to approach life with humility. The more you fail, the more you come to understand that success is not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about the willingness to continue, to adapt, to learn, and to grow. The journey towards success is not linear. It's filled with twists, turns, and obstacles that will test your resolve. But failure, when viewed as a tool for learning, gives you the strength to navigate those challenges with confidence and perseverance. Finally, failure fosters creativity and innovation. When things don't work out the way you planned, you are forced to think differently, to consider alternative approaches, and to challenge your preconceived notions. Failure pushes you outside your comfort zone and forces you to think beyond the obvious. It inspires you to experiment, to take risks, and to try new things that you might never have considered otherwise. The most groundbreaking ideas often come from failure, as it forces you to find new solutions, to be inventive, and to see things from a fresh perspective. In the end, failure isn't something to be feared. It's a necessary part of the journey, an essential stepping stone to success. The more you embrace failure, the more you open yourself up to growth, learning, and opportunity. Belief in yourself is one of the most powerful driving forces in life. It is the foundation upon which all of your success, resilience, and perseverance are built. When you truly believe in your ability to overcome challenges, nothing can stand in your way. However, self-belief doesn't come naturally to everyone. It's something you have to nurture, develop, and cultivate over time, and it often starts with understanding the deep connection between your thoughts and your actions. The mind is a powerful thing. It can either limit you or elevate you, depending on how you choose to think about yourself and your potential. The journey of self-belief begins with recognizing your worth, acknowledging your strengths, and understanding that you are capable of more than you might initially believe. You might not have all the answers right now, and you might not know exactly how you're going to achieve your goals, but the simple truth is that you have the ability to figure it out. Believing in yourself means having the confidence to take risks, to step into the unknown, and to keep moving forward even when the path isn't clear. It means trusting that no matter what obstacles arise, you have the strength and resourcefulness to navigate through them. At times, doubt can creep in, and that's natural. It's normal to question yourself, to wonder if you're good enough or if you're making the right decisions. But in those moments, self-belief becomes even more critical. You have to recognize that doubt is just a feeling, not a fact. The doubt you experience doesn't define who you are or limit your potential unless you allow it to. Every time doubt enters your mind, counter it with the knowledge that you've faced challenges before and come out on the other side stronger. You have already proven to yourself that you can overcome adversity. When you remind yourself of past successes, no matter how small, you are reaffirming your ability to achieve what you set out to do. Building self-belief also requires you to silence the negative voices, both from within and from others. There will always be people who doubt you, who question your decisions, or who tell you that your dreams are unrealistic. But you have to block out that noise. Their opinions are not your reality. The only voice that matters is your own, and if that voice believes in your ability, then you're on the right path. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who believe in you, and who support your vision. The more you fill your environment with positive influences, the easier it becomes to silence the doubts that try to undermine your confidence. One of the most powerful ways to build self-belief is through action. When you start taking consistent steps toward your goals, no matter how small, you begin to prove to yourself that you are capable of moving forward. Even if the progress feels slow or uncertain, each action you take is a reinforcement of your belief in your ability to succeed. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to have the perfect plan. The key is to start. Self-belief grows as you gain experience and confidence in your own decisions. With each step you take, you build momentum, and your belief in yourself strengthens. Another important aspect of building self-belief is learning from your mistakes and failures. It's easy to become discouraged when things don't go as planned, but the key is to view these setbacks as opportunities to learn, rather than as confirmations of your inadequacy. When you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to improve moving forward? Every failure holds valuable lessons that will make you better and stronger. The ability to learn from your mistakes is a sign of inner strength and self-belief, because it shows that you are not afraid to face challenges head-on and grow from them. Another way to reinforce your self-belief is by celebrating your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. We often focus on the big goals and forget to recognize the small victories along the way. But every step forward is progress, and every accomplishment is proof of your capabilities. Whether it's completing a task you were avoiding or overcoming a fear that once held you back, take the time to acknowledge your progress. This will build your confidence and reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving even more. The more you recognize your wins, the more you remind yourself that you are capable of success. Additionally, visualizing your success can have a profound impact on your self-belief. When you see yourself succeeding, achieving your goals, and living your dreams, you begin to align your mindset with that reality. Visualization helps create a sense of possibility and gives you the mental tools to push past doubts and challenges. By regularly imagining the success you desire, you are training your brain to believe that it is possible. The more you visualize your success, the more you believe in your ability to make it happen. Belief in yourself also comes from a place of understanding that you are worthy of success and happiness. Sometimes people struggle with self-doubt because they don't feel they deserve success. They may have experienced failure in the past or faced difficult circumstances that led them to believe they are not capable. But the truth is, everyone deserves success, and you are no exception. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to have it all figured out. The mere fact that you are willing to put in the effort, face your fears, and take action toward your goals means that you are deserving of success. The journey towards self-belief isn't always easy, and there will be times when you feel uncertain. But remember, the more you believe in yourself, the more you empower yourself to overcome whatever comes your way. When you trust in your abilities, you open the door to endless possibilities and unlock your full potential. Taking consistent action is where the real work begins. It's not enough to dream about success, hope for it, or wait for the perfect opportunity to fall into your lap. Success, growth, and transformation come from what you do day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it, even when things aren't going perfectly, and even when the results don't show up immediately. Consistent action is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's the daily steps you take toward your goals that create lasting change and move you closer to the life you want to build. The beauty of taking consistent action lies in its simplicity. It's easy to get overwhelmed when you think about how far you have to go, how much work is required, or how many obstacles stand in your way. But if you break your goals down into small, manageable tasks, you make progress one step at a time. Success is rarely an overnight phenomenon. It's the cumulative effect of the small efforts you make every single day. Whether it's making a phone call, writing a few lines of your book, sending out emails, or doing just one thing toward your goal, each action counts. One of the reasons people fail to take consistent action is because they become discouraged when they don't see immediate results. It's easy to feel like your efforts aren't making a difference when the changes aren't visible right away, but the key is to trust the process. Progress often happens beneath the surface before it becomes visible. Like planting a seed in the ground, you may not see growth immediately, but with every small step, you're building a foundation for something greater. Trusting the process means knowing that each small action compounds over time. The success you desire doesn't always come in one big leap. It comes in consistent, focused steps. Another challenge many face when trying to take consistent action is the feeling of doubt or uncertainty. It's easy to ask yourself, am I doing enough? Am I doing the right things? Or what if I'm not on the right path? These thoughts are natural, but they should not stop you from taking action. Perfection is an illusion, and waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan will only delay your progress. The truth is that you will never have all the answers, and you will never know everything there is to know before you start. But the key is to start anyway, even if it's messy, even if it's not perfect. Every step you take, no matter how imperfect, will get you closer to where you want to be. Taking consistent action also helps build discipline and mental toughness. It's easy to stay motivated at the start of a project or when things are going smoothly, but the real test of commitment comes when obstacles arise. In those moments, it's your discipline to keep moving forward even when it feels uncomfortable or difficult that will make the difference. The more you show up and put in the work day after day, the stronger your sense of discipline becomes. Discipline becomes the tool that enables you to stay focused and productive, even in the face of distractions or challenges. Over time, taking consistent action becomes a habit, and once something becomes a habit, it requires far less mental energy to continue doing it. Another key benefit of taking consistent action is that it creates momentum. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces you can have on your side. When you're consistently taking steps toward your goal, you begin to build energy and momentum that propels you forward. The more action you take, the more progress you make, and the more motivated you feel to keep going. Each small success along the way builds your confidence and pushes you to take even more action. This positive cycle creates momentum that keeps you moving forward even when obstacles arise. Without consistent action, you risk losing that momentum, and the longer you wait to get started, the harder it becomes to begin. Consistency also teaches you patience. It's easy to want instant results, especially when you see other people achieving their goals. But consistent action requires you to be patient and trust that the work you're putting in will eventually lead to success. The results might not come immediately, and that's okay. And it's about understanding that success is a journey, not a destination, and the process of getting there is just as valuable as the end result. Taking consistent action, regardless of how long it takes to see results, shows that you are committed to the long-term vision and willing to do what it takes to make it happen. Lastly, when you take consistent action, you eliminate the feeling of overwhelm. The task of achieving big goals can feel paralyzing when you think about how much is left to do. But when you break things down into smaller, manageable steps and focus on doing one thing at a time, the overwhelming feeling begins to fade. Instead of focusing on the massive goal, you shift your focus to the smaller actions that will get you there. This makes the process feel less daunting and more achievable. When you consistently take one small action after another, the large, seemingly impossible goal becomes much more attainable. Taking consistent action is the key to turning your dreams into reality. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and trusting that all those small, seemingly insignificant steps will add up to something much bigger in the long run. Each action you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your desired future. And over time, you'll look back and realize that the journey you thought would be long and hard was actually built on the power of small, consistent steps that led you exactly where you wanted to be. In the end, what you do today, every choice you make, and the effort you put in will determine the life you live tomorrow. It's easy to get lost in the noise of the world around you, to become discouraged by the failures or doubts that surface along the way. But the truth is, none of that defines you, unless you allow it to. The only thing that truly defines you is your willingness to continue, to keep showing up, and to never let go of your dreams, no matter what challenges arise. This journey, the pursuit of your goals, is not a straight path. It's filled with twists, turns, and detours. But every step you take, every bit of action you put forth, gets you closer to the person you are meant to become. Remember, your strength lies not in never falling, but in how you rise each time you do. Failure is not the end, it's simply the beginning of your next opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become stronger. It's not the obstacles that will determine your success, but how you respond to them. The ability to pick yourself up, to keep moving forward, and to turn setbacks into fuel for your fire is what sets you apart. You have within you the power to shape your own story. The world is full of distractions, doubts, and noise. But when you believe in your ability to push through, when you act with consistency, perseverance, and a clear purpose, you will carve out your own path. What matters is not how fast you go, but that you keep moving. There will be days when progress seems slow, when it feels like nothing is happening, but those are the days that test your character. All of the days when your commitment to your goals is forged, when you embrace the process, when you understand that every small effort counts, you'll begin to see the results over time. Keep trusting yourself. Keep taking action, and never let the fear of failure stop you from continuing to move forward. What you must understand is that success is not a destination, it's a journey. The journey will never be perfect, but it will be yours. You will face hardships, but they will teach you invaluable lessons. You will experience moments of doubt, but they will strengthen your resolve. And through it all, you will grow. You will become the person capable of achieving everything you set out to accomplish. The road ahead may not always be smooth, but it will be yours to walk one step at a time. If you believe in yourself, and if you keep taking consistent action, you will reach heights you never thought possible. The road will not always be easy, but the rewards will be worth it. Stay strong in the face of adversity. Keep pushing yourself even when it feels like no one else believes in you. Believe in your vision and stay focused on your purpose. The strength you need to achieve everything you want is already within you. You just have to trust it. The journey is long, and there will be times when it feels like you're not getting anywhere, but you must hold on to the belief that every effort matters. Stay focused on your goals. Take that next step, no matter how small. Keep the faith, keep working, and one day you'll look back and realize that all the hard work, all the setbacks, all the moments when you thought about giving up were worth it. This journey, the pursuit of your dreams, will transform you in ways you can't even imagine right now. Remember, the power to change your life lies in your hands. Take control of it. Move forward with purpose. Keep your eyes on the prize and never, ever give up. You have everything you need within you to make it happen.